All right, so it's a new year. Happy New Year, everybody. We're out here at the range, and for a cold start this time, I want to shoot my department's Twal. Well, it's an older Twal. They've since changed it, but they brought this version of it back to allow us to be able to try to shoot the highest proficiency of it, which is called Distinguished Expert. So I'm going to shoot that today as a cold start, kind of see where we're at. Let's go over here really quick. Now, this isn't the exact target that we use for the Twal, but it is very, very similar. Basically, to shoot the highest proficiency of it, you have to shoot all of these stages of fire, which I'll get into as we go along. But you have to keep everything within the 10 ring here. So, just for reference, this is probably like maybe a third the size of an A zone. Just about. Like if you flipped it sideways and stat 3 on top, that's probably about the size of an A zone. So we're gonna do that really quick as a cold start. Let's get into it. All right, so the first stage of fire is gonna be at 2 yards. If you can see, we are very close to the target here. It's gonna be draw, shoot 3, strong hand only. You have 3 seconds. And then you transfer it to the weak hand. You have 6 seconds to do that. And then from the ready position, shoot 3 weak hand only. So let's go ahead and give that a run really quick. Should have, yep. All right. Oh, Jesus Christ, my target came off already. Hold on. All right. 3 seconds, 3 rounds. It's 227. Looking good so far. Transition to weak hand. Ready position is just like a compressed ready. Two sits, 1, all good there. I'll show all the hits afterwards. So the next stage of fire is at 5 yards. Draw, shoot 3 rounds, strong hand only. Again, you'll go to the ready position now, shoot 3 rounds, strong hand only. So for the first one, you have 4 seconds. The second one, you have 3 seconds. And then you reload and holster, not timed. And then after that, you will draw, shoot 3, strong hand only. Ready position, shoot 3, strong hand only again, 4 and 3 seconds respectively. So, should be good on ammo. Got 1 on the pipe, 5 in the thing, yep. All right, 4 seconds, 3 rounds, strong hand only. It's 3:06, so we're in that 4-second timer. Just double check really quick. Yep, got 3 rounds from the ready position, 3 rounds, 3 seconds. Already failed. That was 239, so I could have slowed it down just a little bit. Again, 4 seconds, 3 rounds, strong hand only. Looking good there. It's 3:02. Do it from ready position. Looking good there. That was in 2:47. Okay, so the next stage of fire is at 10 yards. Draw, shoot 2, two-handed shooting. You have 5 seconds. From ready position, shoot 2, 3 seconds. From ready position, shoot 2, 3 seconds. Reload, you have 8 seconds. From ready, shoot 2, two-handed shooting, 3 seconds. From ready, 2, 3 seconds. From ready, 2, 3 seconds. So it's essentially going to be 3 rounds of shooting 2, reload, and 3 rounds of shooting 2. 2, 5 sits. I could have really slowed that down. I think I got all my rounds in the 10 bots though. Next is going to be from ready position. And one more from the ready position. Holster, more than good on time there. Dropped one more out of the 10 ring. Again, draw 2 rounds. More than good on time there. Ready position, 2 rounds. .181 was that time. One more. One sits. All right, so the next stage of fire is at 15. We are going to be drawing, shooting two-handed shooting, 6 seconds. It's essentially the same thing. You have 6 seconds when you draw, 4 seconds when you are from the ready position. So let's do that really quick. Just 296. Ready position. .194. Then we go holstered. Same deal. I think I pulled that second one. .180. All right, 196. All right, last stage of fire is draw and shoot 8 rounds at 25 with a reload at any point in there. So for myself, I just set it up 4 and 4. And you have 30 seconds, so quite a lot of time. All right, that was in 24 seconds. Let's go see the target. I already know I failed the all in the 10 ring. Yep, so quite failed it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out. I know one of these was at, it was the 5 yards, and then the other one was at the 15, I believe. And then like this one and these 3, I'm assuming were at 25. Now with that said, I don't really think that this is like a good warm-up or something that you should really do at the range. I wanted to do it because I want to get that highest level of proficiency within my department. So I just wanted to kind of see where I was at. But really, there's not much actual training value here. This is kind of all like range theatrics type stuff, like group shooting. Like it doesn't really equate to actual shooting skill in a self-defense law enforcement type of environment. And that's why my department switched the qual over to something else. So this is just strictly to have like the highest firearms proficiency within my department. Now with that said, you know, what did I actually come out here to the range to do? So I'm a big believer that whenever you go out to the range, you should have some sort of goal of what you want to do at the range. So you know, when you're at a range like this and you have all this room to move and shoot, you have all these steel targets like this you can work with. It's my opinion you should be focusing on the hard skill of shooting and how to improve that as opposed to more like tactical based stuff. If you want to do tactical live fire stuff, there's plenty of great classes out there that are tactical classes that incorporate live fire into them, but those classes are not meant to actually improve your shooting skill. They're just to introduce tactics to you and incorporate live fire into those classes in order to sort of gets you used to that. So like a good example would be the Centrifuge Training VCQB class. That is not a shooting class. You do shoot in the class, but it is a tactics class about how to shoot in and around a vehicle, how to use the angles of the car to your advantage, stuff like that. You don't want to be doing that out here on the range in your typical range day, usually. You come here to increase your shooting skill. There's plenty of great, like, actual instructors out there that will give you a guideline and a footprint to work with, so you can come out here after checking out their videos and apply what they're talking about. So with all that being said, I haven't shot a plate rack in quite a long time. I think the last plate rack I shot was at a competition like at least a year ago. So I want to, get some reps shooting the plate rack. I'm at probably about 5 right now. Nothing too crazy. Now, one thing I want to try to work on for this is when I draw and I start shooting, not like over confirming that the plate that I just shot at went down. Whenever I shoot, I'm already transitioning over to the next one as that shot is breaking. That way I can then break the round on the next one. If I miss that first round, I'll just keep going and then come back to whatever one I missed at the end. That way you kind of get in like a rhythm of just bow, 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 and then you can go back. So let's do this. Again, we're at like 5 yards. It's a 6-plate plate rack. That went smoothly. 332. Let me reset this guy really quick. Might help if I brought the reset rope back before I did that. All right, let's do it again, then we'll move back to probably 1015. And then I want to do it one-handed as well. Well, I missed the second one, but from shooting the other ones, it ended up falling down already. I was gonna come back and shoot it, but it decided it wanted to go down after all. I think I'm down 1. We'll just throw a reload in there. That one was in 321. Well, that was gonna be my fastest one to the reload, but that was a 488. Let's do one more. Feeling pretty good with it. Ooh, I clipped that last one. 295. So let's move it back. That's feeling really good. All right, so we're about 15 now. It's 371. I forgot to grab the goddamn rope. Fuck. Missed 2, came back, finished it off at a 461. Okay, I lied. Let's do one more. Let's get that sub 4. That was 421. That's terrible. Fuck. I fucking suck. All right, we're back to like 5. Let's do some one-handed reps. Fuck. Lost my dot on the last one. Was quite bad. 449. Jesus Christ. 522. Nice. 388. Best run thus far. Fuck. Let's do offhand. That'll have to be from ready position. That's so bad, dude. So bad. Dot's just like wobbling all over the place. Okay. That wasn't super bad. 383 actually a little bit faster than strong hand. That's funny. So, kind of what I'm seeing, you guys can't see it unfortunately, but with my offhand, I don't do a lot of offhand shooting. I need to do more. But when I'm on the target, my dot, man, it is just like bouncing all over the place. But I know, like at this distance with confirmation levels, like I don't need the dot to be just like pinpoint on a spot in order to make this hit. So I'm just getting it good enough and I'm sending the round and it's working out. Sure to go for a lot of speed, two-handed. Missed a couple, I had to go back to clean it up. Should have enough for one more set. Oh, that trip is so bad. Didn't hit one of them. Ran out of ammo. My grip was trash. Usually my grip is kind of like, you know, how it should be, high and tight. My fingers here, just because they're a little small, don't come all the way around. But that one was like, I was in this weird, like, super low position. I didn't get high up on the beaver tail. Like, I gripped it so bad. Let's get some more ammo. So, kind of briefly touched on it at the start of the video, but like, when you go out to the range, like, have a plan, like, have a specific thing you're trying to work on. So, you know, if you have a plan and, you know, as you're executing that plan and maybe you notice like, hey, this isn't feeling super good because of this, then there's nothing wrong with like changing the plan. Like if you're trying to do some like super high speed stuff, like shoot a plate rack in 2 seconds, you know, and when you're trying to do that, you're noticing your grip is not where it should be. Then go back to your typical drills, i.e. shooting doubles, bill drills, that sort of stuff, and build up that skill, and then you can go back to shooting plate racks. Also, you know, if it's not apparently obvious, I'm not an instructor. I'm a dude with a camera that enjoys shooting, enjoys trying to be the best shooter I can, and, you know, while I'm not an instructor, I'm not a grandmaster. There is a lot of stuff that I've learned over the last 1.5 to 2 years probably that I know would be helpful for somebody like me or you when I was first starting out, you know, shooting, getting into competitions, self-defense, all that sort of stuff. So while I'm not Grandmaster, Masterclass, I'm not trying to claim that, and at the same time, I'm not trying to introduce any topics that are necessarily against what that sort of world is talking about, or, you know, and let me know in the comments, but I don't think anything I've said thus far, in this video at least, has been something that would potentially hurt your shooting. It's all very basic stuff, very simple concepts. It's really targeted at newer shooters. You know, maybe they just got a gun, or maybe they've had a gun, but they got introduced to the competition worlds and that sort of stuff, and they want to improve their skills. So it's all very basic stuff. Stuff that's helped me, stuff that I've learned, that sort of stuff. All right, so like I've just been talking about, you know, on that last plate rack, I noticed my grip was kind of getting messed up. So I'm just gonna kind of burn out some draw to 2 shots on the head bots of the target here, and just try to make sure I'm keeping my grip not only the same every time, but consistent through the shooting. So second shot was high left. So 170. Second shot was very high. No, it was low left. So let me show you. So that was my first one. On the first set, it was these two. Second set was these two. First shot, second shot, first shot, second shot. So again, if you are a newer shooter, you're new to the competition world, or maybe you just really haven't heard this yet, if your rounds are tracking high, usually that is because you are watching your dot if you're using a red dot. If they're going low left as a right-handed shooter, that usually means you are inputting something into the gun. After that first round, it'll bang, and then you'll try to like push it down, or your grip tenses up, or something like that, and it causes the gun to move low left. So let's do some more rounds. Try to just keep the grip consistent, not put any other input into the gun. So I'm dipping the round just low, so I'm anticipating the recoil here. That was really good. Those were stacked on top of each other. So now we know what right feels like. I had to continuously add pressure into my support hand there while not changing what my firing hand is doing. And that, as I added pressure, the group came in like that, because my first shot was always right where I'm looking. You know, my eyes are focused on a small point. My first shot's always there, and then the second shot was always low. As I added more support hand pressure, those rounds started coming up. And again, I didn't add anything else here. So initially I was shooting here at the head. Then I transitioned over here. So including these, no, that was from over here. From this round to this round, down to here. This is all of those rounds. So if you notice, I've got a pretty tight grouping here in the middle. Those are from all my first shots for the most part. I know I dropped, this one was that round that I pulled early on the first shot. And I think this one was one of the first shots as well. But for the most part, all here, I'm just trying to look right in the middle of this silhouette and get the rounds there. But if you notice, most of the second shots are trending low left. So again, that's gonna be me putting input into the gun. It's either I'm tensing up one of my hands, or you know, I'm kind of pushing into the gun as I'm trying to shoot. It could be a number of things. That's why you get out here on the range and you get the reps and you try to figure out what it is and fix it and stop doing it. All right, got it fresh started up. Let's do some more. I'm gonna shoot one entire mag. This is about 20 something rounds, 24, something like that. We'll do one entire mag and then we'll go see what's going on. And then I'm gonna try to keep the same grip pressures. I'm gonna be focusing on the ETS and the 10 ring as my focus point. That's the one that I said my grip was messed up. Went super high. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess that's probably a double 7. That went low left. And then I know I had like this one and this one was one of them. And then who knows what's going on here. But I'd have to go back to look at the footage to see how many sets I did. 7 low left. So that's probably about half of them, give or take. A little bit more than half of them went low left. So Let's rep that out again. I need more ammo. All right, let's rep it out again. This is a 19 round mag, so do 9 sets roughly. That was on the first or second one. I said it went super high. Otherwise, it should be 19 rounds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I think that's probably a double there. So 19. So that is, if you look group wise, it's about the same. But my vision is pretty much right here is where I'm looking. So slightly low left, but I feel a lot better about the top one here. And then this was one of them. They were absolutely stacked on each other, and that's when I said, that's what right feels like. So another drill you can do to kind of help yourself figure out maybe what's going on, and really see if you're anticipating the recoil, meaning when you break the first round, the gun comes up, and you're ready to shoot the second one. As you're pulling the trigger, you push down into it. It's one shot return, so can't remember exactly who I picked this up from. I know Achilles Heel Tactical talks about it a lot, and I just watched a video from them the other day that had that in there. But I know I heard it from somebody before that. Sorry, I can't remember who that was. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to have one in the pipe, no magazine, and you're going to be already out, ready to shoot on the beep. You're going to shoot, and you're going to pretend like you shoot 2 shots. But really, you're trying to pay attention to where your second round is going to go. So that first round should be right where you see it. If you're holding the dot on a point and that first shot is not there, that means you're probably tensing up this hand as you're pulling the trigger, which is causing that to go usually like low left is where that's going to go if you're tensing up your firing hand. You can test that for yourself with your dot. Just hold it out and sort of tense up your firing hand, and you'll see it dips low left. So the first round's going low left. That's what's happening. Get over that. Do a bunch of reps. Focus on not tensing up this hand when you're shooting, and then once you get good with that, then add in that second trigger pull and really focus on where that dot is when that click happens. In a perfect world, it's going to be stats right where the other one is or very close to it. But if you're providing input into the gun, you'll see yourself dip. You'll feel it. Having a camera can help you with it as well. But enough rambling. Let's do the reps. That one would have been low. So first round is right where it should have been. And then I saw when I pulled the trigger the second time, I saw my dot dip down and I went completely out of my window, and then the shot broke. So that's me pushing into the gun after the shot breaks off to try to bring the gun down faster. Ben Stager, however you say it, he talks a lot about just letting the gun do what it's going to do in recoil and not trying to muscle the gun back down. So let me reset this back up and we'll do another one. Okay, that felt a little bit better. All right, so that would have been just a little bit high left, but just slightly. It still would have been in the silhouette. That was good. I'm over here trying to like tap rack bang when I did click. That felt good. So I'm trying to pull the trigger as fast as I can. The second I break the shot, I'm resetting the trigger and going to press it again. And wherever that click happens, I'm then transitioning my focus to where the dot was at that moment and seeing where it was. Before I transition the focus, I'm keeping my eyes on that small point I'm trying to look at through the first shot, and then as I'm pulling the trigger on the second shot, I'm focusing, and like it's just a split second as I pull that trigger, I'm focusing to where that dot is at to try to see where it went. The last couple of reps felt good. They were pretty much bat centered. Might help to take the mat out, but rounds were stat. It's also slower. Oh, might help to take out the goddamn mad, but I mean, those were stats. Those were all in that silhouette there. Let's do one more. Aim small, miss small. All right, so that was one from when I shot it. That was that very last shot I took. I said aim small, miss small, holding my dot right about here. The shot ended up there, but you can see even through the doubles, you know, these were all when I was shooting the head here. So nothing low, nothing high. That was from earlier, or that was already there. You can see that in the footage earlier. But even when I accidentally shot 2 rounds, everything stayed right here. And honestly, I didn't mean to keep my magazine in there and shoot actual doubles, but it actually kind of helped me not think about, okay, I'm about to shoot 2 rounds. You know, I'm intending on pulling the trigger twice, but the second one's gonna go click. It actually helped me to not anticipate that recoil like at all, and just do everything properly. And you can see based on that target how tight that grouping was. I mean, I'm at 5 yards, so it's not, you know, something insanely difficult, but wish I could go back and see. I'm shooting like 2.5, 2.4 splits, which isn't crazy fast, but it's kind of about average. That 2.4 is about that average like human response time. So when you hear that beep in about 2.4 seconds, usually is when you'll be able to pull that trigger. And again, I don't know if I said this, I'm starting with my finger already on the trigger, not prepped to the wall, but just on the trigger. And then when I hear the beep, I'm just pulling through. So I didn't intend on shooting 2 rounds, some of those, but actually kind of helped and worked out. All right, did some drawing, kind of worked on the keeping the grip consistent. Let's go back to the dueling tree, rather, plate rack, and shoot this again. Again, we're about at 5 yards, nothing crazy. Missed a couple. I overdrove the gun. It's a 349. I don't know why I'm hitting the beep. .291. So again, I kind of touched on this when I first shot the plate rack, but I'm trying not to have everything be like super jerky. So like bam, 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 bam. Like I'm trying to just smoothly move my torso as, you know, as I break the shot and the recoil comes up, I'm already moving my hands to the next one, and it's just kind of smooth like that as you go through. All right, let's shoot it a couple more times, and then got some closing words at the end. I feel like this video has probably been going on for long enough at this point. Shooting way high. Fuck, that was gonna be good. There's still a 347. I've got faster. I can do that faster. 335 was that one. God damn it. Uh, 322 with 1 miss. I don't think I have enough rounds. Yeah, about 2 rounds. Whoop. Nice. Let's close this thing out really quick. You know, some of you might be saying, how does plate rats and shooting 2 rounds at a stationary paper target, how does that translate to me as somebody who's wanting to be training for self-defense and self-defense encounters, maybe law enforcement, that sort of stuff? Again, as I kind of touched on it in the beginning of the video, going on the flat range here is not tactics. You aren't trying to shoot scenarios here. You aren't trying to do that sort of stuff here. You are trying to just build your baseline fundamentals of how to shoot a gun fast and accurately, because at the end of the day, tactics aside, there's a lot of tactical knowledge you need to have, but especially as a top. But at the end of the day, if you can't be fast and accurate with your gun, all the tactics in the world aren't going to save you. So, you know, the overarching goal, and I touched on this in the practical shooting for law enforcement video that I did with a buddy of mine. It's a longer video, it's like a podcast kind of deal, but the goal of practical shooting is not to be an engagement strategy or simulate gunfights. The point of practical shooting is to develop your skill level with a firearm, whether that be a pistol, rifle, shotgun, to a point where it can just run in the background. You don't have to think about, you know, oh no, there's a threat, guy's shooting at me, I need to draw the gun, I need to grip it like this, I need to present it like this, I need to make sure the dot's like this, I need to make sure, no. It is strictly to make all of that stuff run in the background. That stuff is natural to you. You can just quickly, naturally come up, get the gun on target and start squeezing off rounds and be accurate and fast with it. You don't have to think about how to run the gun. You get to free up bandwidth to worry about the other stuff, cover, concealment, backdrop, that sort of stuff. So let me know what y'all think about that down in the comments. I haven't edited this, but just based on how I've been filming it, I feel like this is gonna be a long video. So if you're here till the end, thank you, I appreciate it. If you aren't subscribed and you made it this far, please make sure to subscribe. I'll have more videos like this coming out. Thanks for watching the video. Have a good day.